up, guys? I'm George. Welcome back to the channel. And I just want to say I'm sorry for the current condition of my garage. It's my home garage. Shit's everywhere, guys. We have so much going on. Stavros' 12 valve we're trying to put back together. The RS3, I'm kind of lightening up for the drag strip, put a drag tire set up. I'll show you guys that in a second. I'll go into more detail on why that's going on and what the goal is and what the plan is with that car. And also why my current wheel setup that we tried to use doesn't work. So we ordered new wheels. I'll get into that in just a second. Let me go, not get in too deep. But we got a lot of stuff going on. The narrow bodies you see there in the corner, that's the old narrow body VR6 car. That was my old silver car, the same magazine car that was featured last year in November's Performance Audi magazine. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. Everything got transferred over to the wide body. The wide body went to a couple different places for fab. Now we're waiting for the last little bits to be finished. Hopefully today or tomorrow I should have the wide body back. Long story short, for my wide body, all I have to do then is just finish the water lines for the water to air intercoolers, fueling, and drop in the new radiator that's supposed to come in from George from Buren. And then we're waiting for the standalone guys to kind of fly in and then wire them up from Pro AFI. All right, now on to Stavros' car. Okay, now this is the update. So Stavros' motor that locked up in the last video, if you guys want to see it, the link will be in the description, is going to take a little bit longer than we expected. The machine shop's kind of backed up. There's nothing we could do. Luckily, we had a spare 12-valve VR6, and this has just been kind of hanging out. So we refreshed pretty much everything on the stock block. Didn't re-ring it, kind of left that alone. Put ARP bolts on the rods, left the stock mains on, put a head spacer, brand new head gasket, all new timing components, and then some of Stavros' stuff from his motor that we tore apart. So while we're waiting for the motor to get rebuilt up and redone at the machine shop, we're going to throw in this stock block and then throw it in his Hibiscus A4 for the time being. Number one, to ensure that we have no more issues with the harness like we've been having, and that, again, that's in the videos prior, and I'll put those links in the description. And also to drive it around. It's basically June, and he wants to drive the car around. The buildup has been going on for a while, so unfortunately Stavros had some bad luck with it. So we'll get this motor in his car later on this week. We'll do a video of it, riding, and then hopefully just a small drive around, and then maybe an initial first tune. You know, on a stock block 12 valve VR6, guys have made a ton of power, 600-700 wheel. I think Stavros is going to keep it around 550-600. I'm not sure if he's going to do a full send or half a send, but he wants to get the car running. He wants to roll around, beat the piss out of the car a little bit while we're waiting for the new motor to come back. That being said, wide body should be back once we finish that up. You know, the motor's pretty much broken in from last year, so just now is just making power on the wide body and see what she does. But I promised you guys, and I also mentioned a direction change for the RS3. So I always said I would never drag race. I was always anti-drag racing. I always loved the roll racing. Now that we did the half-mile top speed, I kind of loved it. But it was a standing half-mile, so it was from a launch. And I kind of liked it. I kind of liked doing the launch. But we beat the piss out of the car, fried 2 plugs, and I don't think the clutches were too happy. And keep in mind, guys, we were also still running on stock clutch pressure from custom code. So at that time when we went to shift sector, they hadn't unlocked them. We were still running the Big Turbo kit on the RS3, which I'll show you guys a picture of so you're getting refreshed. Aftermarket fueling, all that jazz, making roughly around 700 wheel, right? The car's super fast. We've taken it out. We've done a shit ton of races. We've done roll racing. You've guys seen the way the car pulls. And you guys have also seen APR also hit 9 seconds with 2 different cars lately. I don't know if you guys will see. I'll put those links in the video as well. So it goes to show that the potential of the RS3 is kind of still unknown, as a 4-door sedan is hitting 9.8 in the quarter mile with mild bolt-ons. And I mean mild bolt-ons by, you know, a turbo kit, but a stock block essentially. So anyway, I want to give my hand. I want to give my try in drag racing. So let me walk you guys over now. Let's take a look, and I'll show you guys. So if you guys remember, Stavros' old B5 had the Volks. These are the LE37s, and we test fitted them on the RS. And in the front, they cleared the calipers perfectly. I'll show you guys a little bit more, and they look beautiful, right? What I didn't account for was the rears, and let me zoom in for you guys. So I haven't really launched it or driven it, but we realized that the rears are very, very aggressive in terms of the offset for the wheels, so the Volks will not work in the rear. but she does look pretty. And we already started gutting the inside a little bit, and I'll show you guys a little bit of her in just a second. In fact, is she unlocked now? So this way there's all transparency. So far all we did was remove the rear seats, carpet, little jack, factory battery still there, and that's pretty much it. The front seats I still haven't removed. I plan on removing both driver and front, and then doing a driver racing bucket seat, so it's super lightweight. Well, as much as we can remove the car without me actually kind of ripping waste out of my body, since I'm pretty fat. But that's the plan, and if you guys want, here's some of the components we removed from the RS3 already. So that's the plan. So these are the wheels that we ordered. These are the same wheels that Hank is running now on his blue Big Turbo RS3. He kind of gave us the specs on them, so what we did was essentially mirror his wheel setup, and those wheels should be coming in tomorrow. They're TSW wheels. They're actually pretty cool looking. We ordered them in silver, and they will allow us to run this tire with the proper offset. So at least now we know that B5S4 or B5A4 wheels won't work on the RS3, but it's close. It's fucking damn close. So it's almost there. So we'll save those wheels and that set of tires for Stavros's Hibiscus A4 when he goes dragging. And oh, what did I want to do with you guys? Oh, we uploaded new trans software, so kind of to touch back on the trans software that we were working with before. So now we're running aftermarket clutch pressures, custom code unlock the clutch discs, or the clutch pressures on the transmission. So those are now their version 2.0. Went launching with the car when it was still, I had my 19s on there. No slippage, lots of wheel spin, but it's a good thing though. You know, the clutches are very happy, a lot happier now with the new software. But we're going to see how it works on the drag strip. I've never drag raced before, so this is a whole new venue for me. So pretty excited to see what the RS3 can do. And then maybe, I don't know, this might open up new venues for us in terms of B5 drag racing, which I've never done before, Stavros never done before. So maybe we'll get hooked on this stuff and start taking our other cars out to the drag strip. But we'll see. All in all, guys, this is just a one video just to kind of update you guys on what's going on. We're still here. We haven't disappeared. We got a lot of stuff that's incoming. Stavros' car should be running this week, so we'll have some Hibiscus A4 VRT action. We are slated to go to S4 Race Wars in Ohio the end of this month, so that's what the big crunch of this, that's what this whole crunch is for, essentially, to get all three cars ready, to take the two B5s out there. But right now, we're both at the mercy. Well, he'll have his car back up and running, but he's at the mercy of a stock block motor, and I'm at the mercy of Pro EFI harness and standalone installer, and how fast I can get out here and install this stuff and tune it. If it happens within the next couple of weeks, then we'd love to bring out both cars out to Ohio, but right now it seems like only Stavros' A4 will be ready. So worst case scenario, maybe I'll bring the RS3 out there, as long as she's still healthy and working well after beating the crap out of her at a drag strip. Anyway, guys, I was thinking about doing a small drive with you guys, taking the RS3 out, but with this wheel and tire setup, I mean, I could throw the other factory wheels on, and then maybe we should go tear it up. What do you guys think? So I should throw my 19s back on there, and we can go fuck up the streets a little bit, maybe doing some launching, and see what kind of marks we can get in draggy. You know what, let's do that. Quick little time lapse of me throwing my old wheels back on. These eventually have to come off anyway, because these tires have to go on the new TSW wheels that are coming in. So this actually kind of works out. So let me swap the wheels real quick, and let's go for a quick drive.
Yeah.
Let's get this thing going. Let's get out to our little test track in Mexico and give it some launches and see what she can do. We got our phone. We got our Draggy device. If you guys don't know Draggy is a GPS-based device, kind of like V-Box, but a quarter the price, and it's super accurate. A lot of the guys have taken it to the track already, and the times are pretty much on par with what they're running at the track. So we also did a video with the Draggy, link in the description. If you guys don't know what this is, you guys can check it out. It's really affordable, it's really awesome. If I could just figure out how to plug, oh, I was plugging it in upside down. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let that charge while we're driving out there. Let's go for a drive. So a lot of you guys may ask, why are we doing drag racing now, especially with the RS3 when we said we wouldn't? Well, like I mentioned before, or maybe I didn't mention it before, it depends on which edit this is. APR hit 9.8 in the quarter mile with their drop-in turbo RS3. And I think the key to their success was not only the software tuning and the success they had with working with Silly Rabbit Motorsports on their drop-in turbo systems, but I think was also a big part of it was the transmission software. So now that I know we have a viable set of software out there for this transmission from Custom Code, we're gonna give it a whirl and see what happens. Oh, it's beeping because I have my laptop on the seat and it's heavy enough because it's an Asus. It's heavy enough because it thinks it's a person. All right, I took it off. You happy now? Yeah, she's happy. So, a lot more road noise without all the insulation and the seats and everything blocking the back. So, for those of you guys that are listening, hopefully the sound improves. Hopefully it's loud enough for you guys to hear it. Tire pressures look good. Put the BC Forge wheels back on. I can't wait to see what this car feels like or how it boogies with the Hoosier wheels and the TSW setup. Ironically, tire pressure wheel. Oh, okay, so it detected a wheel change. Now it wants me to store. It wants me to store the tire pressure. So we'll do that. Let's do that real quick. All right, so we're gonna take it out there. She's a lot louder now that the back is kind of opened up a little bit. You get to hear that big turbo, big downpipe, stock catback, believe it or not. You know, I know there's a lot of other systems that just came out. Miltech came out with the system, but I don't know. Nothing's better than the stock catback, in my opinion, so far. I was waiting for AWE to come out with a system. They said they were going to come out wintertime. It's damn near June, and I'm still waiting for AWE. Come on, guys. What the hell? Accelerating with the new clutch pressures is definitely a lot of fun. She definitely picks up. Well, she doesn't pick up a lot faster, but now that she actually grabs a lot better, you don't have that what, half a second worth of slip or hesitation. She just grabs. She grabs well too. Headphone users, I'm sorry guys. Can you get enough of that? I can't get enough of that. So anyway, like I said, guys, we're gonna go out there, do a couple launches, show you guys what the car sounds like, what it moves like. I haven't really seen the outside of the car, so I'm gonna record it. We'll see, we'll put it in the video, see what the outside of the car looks like with the new clutch pressures. Really, really excited to see how the car handles. Yeah, smooth shifting. And she grabs really good. You know, as you guys were listening to a lot of the videos we had in the beginning of the channel, what's that double shifting? It was a combination of, like, I don't know, half a hair worth of slip and then also torque management, because we were making so much torque and then wheel horsepower, especially with the big turbo kit. So the transmission just feels a little bit better. You know, it feels like it's more comfortable with the power. You know, if APR can get the stock clutch packs to hold and they can run 9s, then it really sets the bar pretty high for anyone to do so too. So Custom Code had to release their software. I think they've been working on it for quite some time. But now that APR went in out and ran that 9-second pass, And I know you guys are gonna say, you know, they run full weight. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, she feels good. She definitely feels like she's grabbing every gear. It's not like rough, but then again, it's not super smooth either. You know, we're talking about a vehicle making about 700 wheel horsepower, over 500 wheel pounds of torque. We're gonna make a ride up here in Mexico. I'll set up the outside camera and we'll do a couple launches and see how she looks, see how she feels. But anyway, with APR setting the bar pretty high, leaves a lot of companies scrambling. Everybody wants to hit 9s now, and including myself, a guy who doesn't like drag racing. I don't. I didn't. I kind of like it now, especially after I did the standing half mile over there at Shift Sector. All right, guys, let me set up the camera outside, and let's see what she looks like with a launch. Let's set up Draggy. So here, we're going to set up here in the front. I have a little magnetic base. Draggy. Seatbelt on, always very important. Connected. Satellite sending data. You know, we're in Mexico, so it's got to connect with those Mexican satellites. We'll see how she does. She's connecting. Ready. Reset. Sport. Traction control is off. She definitely hooks a lot better and moves a lot better. I think we had a little bit of wheel spin there, but no temperature lights, no warning signs, no hiccuping him in the shifting, hooked every time. And then again, we're only doing one launch at this power level. It is 100 degrees outside. I don't want to overdo it. I want to pull over, go grab the camera, make sure nobody steals it, and then see what Draggy did. What do you guys think she did? What do you think the car did? Now that was sport shifting. One of the updates that Custom Code did was now that sport mode revs all the way out to 7,800 RPM as opposed to just manual mode. So when you guys saw me in Shift Sector, I had no launch control. We kind of locked that out. So I had to like kind of rev it and then let it go and then manually shift, and the trans just wasn't happy. So Custom Code, they tailored this software for this transmission for if no one wanted to do manual mode and just leave it in sport, it'll be just as fast in sport as it would be in manual, perfectly shifting at 7,800 RPMs. So let's drive back, let's pick up the camera. I'm gonna check Draggy real quick. But man, that thing sounded violent and nice. Real nice. Put in the comments below, what do you think we ran? 19s, Toyo T1S tires. Alright, let me grab the camera real quick, guys. Alright, we'll let her cool down for a second. Let's take a look at Draggy. Alright, so 10.4 in the quarter mile, and that's that's with 19s with 265 30s on there, fucking around here. Not bad, and I don't launch. I usually don't. So if you guys want to check it out, I don't know if you guys can see it. If you guys can, I'll screenshot this for you so you guys can see it when we go back on the video. But 10.4 is not bad considering number one, I suck as a driver. Two, we're in unprep street with street tires. So that means 10.4, we have a real legitimate chance of hitting 9 seconds with a light wheel tire setup, a light wheel setup with some nice Hoosier tires, and then some more weight gutted out of the car. And then maybe some more practice, and maybe if she hooked. I don't know if I could show you guys, but we literally we spun tire. In fact, let me take a look at the video real quick, and I'll show you guys in the video what the video looks like. Anyway, guys, so that's what the RS3 sounds like. As you guys can tell, if you could tell, hopefully the microphone does it justice. She definitely shifts a lot better. And again, this is an ever-evolving piece of software and hardware. Custom code just unlocking the trans software, the new clutch pressures. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's damn near night and day difference what I had before. You know, even with the stage 2 power, the trans just didn't feel like it was there with the motor. You know, again, that transmission software is crucial, very, very crucial, especially in the quarter mile. Very nice. So now it's in sport. We're driving back, normal shifting.
Quarter mile.
There we go. And that's it, guys. The whole goal is to hit 9 seconds. Whether we're trying to beat APR's time, if we do, great. If we don't, it happens, right? But we're trying to get into the 9 seconds. And I think now with the transmission software, we have a real chance. You know, Hank over at Audi Rs3, he ran 10 flat, stock clutch pressures on a drag day. So I'm pretty sure we'll have a better chance doing this now that we have the aftermarket clutch pressures. Anyway, I'm George. This is Malaka Motorsports, guys. Just a quick update on what's going on. We'll take pictures. We'll do another video when Stavros' car is up and running this week. We'll also do it when my new wheel and tire setup is in for the RS3 with the Hoosier wheels again. I'll show you guys another picture with Stavros' Volks and the Hoosier wheels. Unfortunately, we just can't run them due to the offsets, but man, they look fucking great. Anyway, guys, thanks for being patient with us. We got a ton of content coming your way. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Maybe we do one more pull. Malakas, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.